Hello and welcome everyone to the Women in Data Science 2021 conference at AUB, coinciding with the International Women's Day. Happy Women's Day, everyone. This meeting is being recorded, as you just heard. My name is Lina Daouk-Öyry. I'm an associate professor at the Alayan School of Business at the American University of Beirut. I am a WiDS co-ambassador, and today I will be your master of ceremonies. WiDS started as a one-day technical conference at Stanford in 2015. Today, WiDS is a global movement with more than 150 regional events worldwide in more than 60 countries, reaching more than 100,000 participants. We are proud to be running the WiDS AUB as a regional conference for the 5th year in a row, with this year's topics focusing on leveraging data science in business and in health in the fight against COVID-19. I would now like to introduce to you Dr. Lama Moussawi, our lead WiDS ambassador, who took on the challenge to bring WiDS to Beirut and to AUB 5 years ago. And the WiDS AUB became the largest regional event for the past 2 years, bringing in Arab and international female leaders in data science to Beirut. Today, we are all joining virtually. The world has changed for all of us, and we are very happy to be discussing this issue in specific in our conference today. Against all odds, and in additional to economic challenges that Lebanon is facing, Dr. Moussawi led us all to push through and to continue to make WiDS AUB a reality year after year after year. And this year, now I will leave the floor to Dr. Moussawi. And I would like to share with you a small thing, is that we recorded the welcome videos in advance in order to avoid any technical difficulties. However, Dr. Moussawi is with us in the audience, and also all the panels will be live. Okay, thank you very much, and I can pass on to Dr. Moussawi now.
Thank you, Lina. Hello, thank you all for joining the 5th annual Women in Data Science virtual conference at the American University of Beirut, WiDS AUB. I would like to welcome you on behalf of the WiDS team. I would like to specially welcome our distinguished speakers, highly accomplished leaders in the field of data science who are joining us today from all around the world: Boston, Dubai, Montreal, London, Finland, Egypt, and of course, the American University of Beirut. We are very delighted to have them with us, and I look forward to some very engaging discussions on the role of data science in rethinking the post-coronavirus pandemic era. With a panel of experts gathered virtually here today, we are celebrating outstanding women on International Women's Day. As we embark on the return phase of the coronavirus pandemic and accelerate business transformation efforts, we must make sure to create and maintain a culture that values inclusion. The future requires leaders to act as visionaries, focused not only on bringing energy and passion to catalyze innovation and change, but also on adopting new organizational structures that recognize differences among the workforce and embrace better opportunities with inclusion, fairness, and equality at its foundation. While causing an unprecedented disruption, the coronavirus pandemic has been providing us with a glimpse into a future world, one in which digital has become central to every interaction, a world where digital channels are the primary customer model and automated processes are a primary driver of productivity, a world in which agile methods of working are prerequisites for success. In a short period of time, this pandemic has overwhelmed lives and livelihoods. Physical distancing, remote work, travel barriers, and the psychological impact of physical isolation have altered the behaviors of every organization, every individual, creating unexpected challenges. As the pandemic restrictions begin to ease, organizations will face a new reality. Leaders must recognize that many of their familiar organization constructs will need to be reimagined. In this stressful and unique moment, companies must seize the moment and reinvent themselves once more, transforming their model to meet the demands of this new normal. Organizations will be operating in a next generation operating model. But what are these new normal changes? As this pandemic forces all into digital channels and the new ways of working, Now is the time to reassess and position ourselves for a post-pandemic world where some things will be forever changed. Now is the time to ask ourselves, what are the emerging themes that define this new normal? We have a very exciting program today that addresses all those questions and more, and I invite you to enjoy the talks and discussions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Moussawi. Your leadership always inspires us. We now have a welcome message from the President of the American University of Beirut, President Fadlo Khuri. Hani, I will pass on to you to play the video.
Hello, dear friends and partners in Lebanon, the MENA region, and around the world. Dear students, faculty, and scholars, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to yet another brilliant collaboration between the Institute for Computational and Mathematical Engineering at Stanford University and the American University of Beirut's WiDS School of Business for this year's International Women in Data Science Conference. This pleasure has been redoubled as I can see all of your resilience, determination, and commitment to expanding knowledge and to ensuring a better life for all, come what may. We have all shared challenges imposed by this devastating pandemic. I know it has been particularly taxing for patients, students, academicians, healthcare providers, and researchers. Our university, like our host country, has had far more than its fair share of setbacks, but it has continued its role to shine a beacon of light wherever darkness seems like the only possible reality. We have generation after generation of internationally recognized faculty, alumni, graduates that have helped to propagate and to protect our university values, to thank for this. Through innovation, curiosity, and commitment to the greater good, we continue to position AUB on the global map with its impact as a leader in the creation and dissemination of knowledge, and as a model for research excellence throughout the global south. We are genuinely proud to be part of this annual prestigious and purpose-based conference, and to be announced by its organizers as holding some of the largest and most impactful events globally. AUB continues to be in full support of fostering diversity and inclusion, including through leadership. We strongly advocate the necessity of women's leadership, including in our senior university, through our provost and board of deans and senior administration, which have more women leaders than ever before, and especially in the areas of STEM, through different initiatives, such as the Center for Inclusive Business and Leadership for Women, CIBL, which we launched in 2019, and several scholarship programs, such as the Abdullah Al-Ghurair Foundation for Education STEM Scholars, and the Women Leaders in Engineering Scholarship. Today, innovative minds around the world get together again. Experts look this year at ways that businesses can reinvent themselves to adapt to and even employ new realities. And health specialists examine the applications of data science in the era of COVID-19 and beyond. The time has come to pursue the path forward, to speak of today's dilemmas, not only as obstacles, but as opportunities to find effective and sustainable solutions for them that will enhance the knowledge of future generations. The twice Nobel laureate Marie Curie said, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more, so that we may fear less." What better way than to celebrate the incredible legacy of Marie Curie and other trailblazing women than through the Women in Data Science Conference, which allows us to put great minds together and ensure a dialogue about what the world really needs today and how to most effectively and efficiently make it accessible to as many individuals and societies as possible. I thank you all, and I wish you the most productive and sustainable dialogue leadership of Lama, Moussawi, and her outstanding team. Thank you for all you are doing, not just today, but for future generations.
Thank you to President Khuri and for all the support that he's given us actually for the past 5 years and for helping us make this event a reality year after year. Today is a very special day in Lebanon where there's additional challenges that we are facing even on the roads to get to work and from work, and even with the internet being intermittent and with many of the team having to work remotely today. So that's why we're connecting. If you see me every now and again on my phone, and we're trying to coordinate to make sure that we present you with, as smooth as possible of an experience throughout these 3 hours. I will now pass on to Hani to play the video of Interim Dean Professor Yusuf Sidani to welcome you on behalf of the Ulayan School of Business.
I welcome all of you to the WiDS conference at the American University of Beirut, an independent event organized by the Ulayan School of Business to coincide with the annual Global Women in Data Science webinar held at Stanford University. We are meeting again virtually so as not to skip another opportunity to celebrate outstanding women doing outstanding work. We want to listen to their insights, learn from their experiences, and celebrate their successes. If you've had the opportunity to attend the WiDS conference in earlier years, you would have seen the vibrant community that this conference has created. Our large auditorium was always full to maximum capacity, extending to breakout rooms outside. The great dynamism in that event reflected the energy and vigor those outstanding women were bringing to the field of data science, research, and practice. This one day in the life of our school had always been phenomenal, witnessing world-class practitioners and researchers alongside young, aspiring, and hopeful women. Those are indeed different times. The COVID pandemic has made it impossible for us to reconnect, and for the great guests and audience to share experiences on the ground in person. Yet nothing would stop the fine team at OSB from organizing, and nothing would stop you from attending this distinguished event. Instead of meeting face-to-face in our beautiful campus, we use the power of technology to connect. To the dedicated team of organizers, and to all of you, we say thank you. According to a study that I came across, women are twice as likely to quit a high-tech position. The reasons for the exit could vary from a desire to become self-employed, initiate a startup, or move into a different field. Or perhaps due to organizational cultures or structures that are not conducive for them to stay and develop where they are. It takes lots of meetings, discussions, and research to understand the reasons that motivate women to enter into this field. It takes even more to comprehend why some of them pursue other opportunities. This is an opportunity for us to learn and understand. It is such an event that we become more aware of those women leaders who are paving the way, acting as role models for their younger sisters. I'm extremely confident that you will find this conference uplifting and inspiring. I hope that you would be able not only to get the most of what you hear from the great people who are present with us, but to be able to transmit the positive vibes and learning that are vital for raising the voice of women in data science. Thank you.
Wonderful message from Dean Sidani, who's always been a very strong supporter of careers of women at AUB and outside, and a well-renowned researcher also in the field of gender studies. So now, before we start our first session, I would just like to encourage you to use the chat box as you go along if you have any questions. We have muted all participants. However, all the panelists would receive any questions that you will have. So I strongly encourage you to send all your questions to the chat. In parallel, we also have the hashtag WiDSAUB21, which is our hashtag for the year. We also encourage you to please use that one and to follow us on Twitter as well. Please note that the event is also live streamed on AUB YouTube channel. So in case for any reason you find any issues, or you have someone who is interested in attending the event and did not get the chance to register, please encourage them to watch the event on the AUB channel, YouTube channel. Thank you.